Hello everyone. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Just hold on for a second, guys. I'll just begin within 2 minutes. Okay. Hello everyone. Hi, this is Alok Ojha. Welcome back to classroom series of Modern Indian History. So, am I audible and visible? Yes, please let me know. Yes, Guru. Hi, how are you? Please, first of all, let me know, am I audible and visible so that I can begin with today's session? It's not a lengthier one. Here we are going to discuss the important leaders of Revolt of 1857. So before I begin, please do let me know, am I audible and visible? Okay, thanks a lot. So friends, we have already covered modern Indian history as a part of YouTube. And presently in these classes, I'm going to focus upon as a part of classroom series. And here I'm going to dive deep inside the concepts. Okay. Like we had seen everything about Revolt of 1857, how it occurred. Yes, Sunita ji, good evening. So stick in the video till the end. Class is important. We are going to discuss important leaders. Aspirants, those who are new to the platform, can download the PDF of this session from my Telegram channel, history_Alok Ojha. I repeat the name of the Telegram channel, history_Alok Ojha. Clear, my friends? Okay. Now let's begin with the contribution of important rulers such as, or contribution of important leaders, Bahadur Shah Zafar, Rani Lakshmi Bai ji, Diwan Maniram Dutt Baruha from the region of Assam. Apart from this, very unknown figures like a 13-year-old girl. Have you heard about a story of a 13-year-old girl named as Maina Devi, an adopted daughter of what we say Nana Sahib Peshwa? She was openly burnt alive by the Britishers as a part of suppression of revolt of 1857. This was nothing but an act of brutality conducted by the Britishers. Apart from this, we are also going to throw light on who was Uda Devi, who was Jhalkari Bai, rare figures in the revolt of 1857 who are hidden in the books of history. Okay? So without wasting any more time, let's begin with our today's important session. Revolt of 1857. We had seen there were many causes for revolt of 1857. In fact, it was not just due to one cause. It was due to amalgamation of different factors. But the spurt for revolt of 1857 was mixing of bone dust in the atta, that is the flour, and secondly, introduction of new Enfield rifle that needs to be bitten off by teeth. As per many historians, the cartridge of the new Enfield rifle was made up of fat of cow and pig. Pig was taboo to Muslim, and cow is considered as sacred among Hindus. Correct? And this, what we say, led to revolt of 1857. Now, as we have seen in the previous videos, that majority of the textbooks suggest one thing. And what's that? After the martyrhood of Mangal Pandey ji on 8th April 1857 and Isrul Pandey ji on 11th April 1857, it is believed that on 10th of May, just a second, revolt of 1857 began on 10th of May, specifically from the region of Meerut. But there was a historian referred as K.C. Yadav ji. And what does K.C. Yadav ji say? Revolt of 1857 began 9 hours prior to the region of Meerut. And the true start of revolt of 1857 was Ambala, not Meerut. Okay. So revolt of 1857, it started, and approximately 85 sepoys left the region of specifically Meerut. And in fact, it is also believed that apart from 85 sepoys, they moved into the region of Meerut. They broke the prison of Meerut, and approximately 800 prisoners were released. And the prisoners were released by specifically one of the commanders in the region of Meerut, whose name was Gujjar Dhanna Singh, or also referred as Dhanna Singh Gujjar. If you Google it, my friends, revolt of 1857 in the region of Meerut is also referred as Gujjar revolt. So all these 85 sepoys, they broke the prison. Approximately 800, so what we say, prisoners who were being released, who also became a participant in revolt of 1857. And here, the major role was played by a Kotwal, whose name was Dhanna Singh Gujjar. Hence, in the region of Meerut, it is also referred as Gujjar revolt. From here, they moved towards the region of Delhi. And as soon as they reached Delhi, they declared Bahadur Shah Zafar as the face of revolt of 1857. Okay? So, Guru, Gujjar, it's a community in the, what we say, western part of UP and in the northern part of India. And it actively participated in the revolt of 1857. Hence, it is called as Gujjar revolt. Hope so, Guruji, the point is clear? Okay, moving ahead. Now, it is believed that these 85 sepoys, along with the prisoners that were being released, they reached Delhi. And they declared Bahadur Shah Zafar as the face or representative of revolt of 1857. Zafar, it's a Persian word which basically means victory. And Bahadur Shah Zafar, he had become the Mughal emperor at the age of 62. But when revolt of 1857 engulfed the major part of northern India, by this time, Bahadur Shah Zafar was approximately 82 years of age. And when the sepoys reached there and asked him to represent the revolt of 1857, he said that, by now I am very old. I will support you in the revolt. But in such a situation, I would like my son to represent the revolt of 1857. His son's name was Mirza Mughal. But Mirza Mughal was not that experienced. So on his behalf, the sepoys chose whom? General Bakht Khan, the military commander of Bahadur Shah Zafar. Now what happened? It is believed that on 16th of May, 1857, more than approximately 50 sepoys were being, 50 European sepoys were being imprisoned by Bahadur Shah Zafar. And when the sepoys from Meerut reached the region of Delhi, it is believed that all these 50, majorly, 52, they were being killed by the Indian sepoys. And this news, it spread like a wildfire among the British officers. And after this, they adopted a very brutal policy of suppression. Immediately, Red Fort was being captured by the Britishers. And Bahadur Shah Zafar, he comes to know about this. And when Bahadur Shah Zafar, he comes to know about this, he, along with his two sons and Zinat Mahal, they fled into the region of Humayun's tomb. And they took refuge in Humayun's tomb. After some time, Britishers also reached Humayun's tomb. Now the very first question arises here is, how did the Britishers come to know that Bahadur Shah Zafar, along with his two sons and wife Zinat Mahal, are hiding or have taken the refuge in Humayun's tomb? So probably there might be an insider who might be providing information to the Britishers. Yes, there was an insider and his name was Hakim Ehsanullah Khan. In fact, Hakim Ehsanullah Khan, he was a personal physician to Bahadur Shah Zafar. And he provided the entire information to the Britishers that specifically this person, Bahadur Shah Zafar, had supported the killing of 52 European sepoys. Apart from this, he had fled along with his wife Zinat Mahal and taken refuge in Humayun's tomb. Immediately, Britishers reached Humayun's tomb. And when Britishers reached Humayun's tomb, Bahadur Shah Zafar surrendered. And he requested Britishers that spare my life and my wife's life, Zinat Mahal and his life. And at that point of time, it is said that two of the sons, okay, Mirza Mughal and Mirza Khizr Sultan, they were being shot by the Britishers at a place called as Khuni Darwaza, located in Delhi. Okay, and trial was conducted against Bahadur Shah Zafar. Now, on what basis the trial was conducted? The trial was conducted in the Red Fort itself. So probably you can say that this was the first trial conducted by the Britishers in the house of the Mughals, in the Red Fort itself. Okay, so at this point of time, Bahadur Shah Zafar was charged on four to five, what we say, charges. First, encouraging the sepoys. You have instigated the sepoys. Secondly, you are responsible for killing of 52 European officers. Apart from this, sepoys, they are fighting, like many of the sepoys had arms and ammunition. But many of the people who have joined sepoys, they were fighting with traditional weapons. And in such a case, you are aiding the mutiny by supporting them by providing the arms and ammunition. And fourth important thing, assuming the sovereignty of Hindustan. Okay, we had seen about Lord Dalhousie. Lord Dalhousie had taken certain steps. And what was that? The Mughals were forced to vacate the ancestral palaces. The name of Bahadur Shah Zafar was removed from the coins. So here, specifically, he was charged that you are assuming the sovereignty of Hindustan. And hence, we are conducting a trial against you. Finally, the Britishers decided that he, along with his wife Zeenat Mahal, they would be moved to the region of... No. Leo Maheshji, he did not die in India. Okay, just listen to me. He, along with his wife, initially were moved to Calcutta. And from Calcutta, they were transported to Burma. And like it is said that he was taken on a ship named as Mogera. And he was being, guided throughout the route by Lieutenant Omani. Finally, at the age of 87, Bahadur Shah Zafar died in the region of Rangoon, which is in Burma. So that was a contribution of Bahadur Shah Zafar in the revolt of 1857. Okay. Now there's a beautiful line which actually portrays about the rule of Bahadur Shah Zafar. And what a beautiful line it was. Delhi was once a paradise where love held the sway and reigned, but its charm lies ravished now and only the ruin remains. So the first line depicts the rule of Bahadur Shah Zafar and the second line depicts the rule of the English East India Company. So that was one of the major roles played by Bahadur Shah Zafar in revolt of 1857. Okay. Moving on with another important, leader of the revolt of 1857, Rani Lakshmi Bai ji. Just take a guess, guys. Rani Lakshmi Bai, where did she lead the revolt of 1857 from? Which region? Take a guess. A very famous one. In fact, specifically speaking, in the region of Bundelkhand, which is located in northern part of Madhya Pradesh and certain parts of UP, there's a saying that, I'm telling that in Hindi, Bundele har bolo ki muh suni humne kahani thi, खूब लड़ी वो मर्दानी, वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. Simple words, these statements praise Rani Lakshmi Bai. Okay, very good Leo Mahesh ji. Very good. Very good guess. It's from the region of Jhansi. Okay. Now let's talk about Rani Lakshmi Bai and her contribution. Apart from Rani Lakshmi Bai, I'll also speak about a lady called as Jhalkari Bai. Okay. And Jhalkari Bai finds mention in very few texts of Indian history. And in fact, Jhalkari Bai also led the revolt of 1857 from the region of Jhansi, along with Rani Lakshmi Bai ji. Just listen to me carefully. Now, before we start, let me give you a short synopsis of what is Doctrine of Lapse system all about. Lord Dalhousie, he was Governor General of India approximately from 1848 to 1856. He was the youngest Governor General of India and he became Governor General at the age of 36. His original name was James Andrew Ramsay. Lord Dalhousie had come up with different systems in India. One such system was guarantee system. And what's guarantee system all about? In very simple words, guarantee system is associated with development of railways in India. Then comes doctrine of lapse system. And doctrine of lapse system is nothing but pro-imperialistic approach adopted by the Britishers. How? And what does doctrine of lapse system says? It simply says that any ruler who does not have a legal male heir, his property would be annexed by the Britishers. His kingdom would be annexed by the Britishers. Correct? Adopted child won't be considered as a legal male heir. And hundreds of kingdoms were annexed under the pretext of doctrine of lapse. One such kingdom was Jhansi, located in Bundelkhand region. Now, who was Manikarnika ji? Who was Lakshmi Bai? Let's understand about this. Rani Lakshmi Bai. Her original name was Manikarnika ji. And she was born at a place called as Varanasi. In fact, if you have visited Varanasi, you'll observe one of the ghats named in the name of Rani Lakshmi Bai, also referred as Manikarnika Ghat. Correct? So her original name was Manikarnika ji, and she was born to Moropant Tambe and Bhagirathi Bai. After some time, Manikarnika ji's mother passed away, and her father was working as a minister for Peshwa Bajirao II in Bithur, that is Kanpur. So Manikarnika ji, along with her father Moropant Tambe ji, moved towards the region of Kanpur. Like right from the childhood, she was trained in shooting, archery, fencing, horse riding, and so on. And it is believed that she had horses such as Pawan, Badal, and Sarangi. Approximately around 14, 15, 16 years of age, she was married to Maharaja of Jhansi. And the name of Maharaja of Jhansi was Gangadhar Rao. Okay? And from now onwards, Manikarnika ji was named as Lakshmi Bai by Gangadhar Rao. Now, after some time, they were blessed with a baby boy. They were blessed with a male child. And the male child was referred as Damodar Rao. Okay? So, Damodar Rao, he was son of Lakshmi Bai ji and Gangadhar Rao. After some time, Damodar Rao, unfortunately, approximately around 3 to 4 months later, Damodar Rao passed away. And this completely shattered Lakshmi Bai ji and Maharaja Gangadhar Rao. So, they adopted their cousin's son. And after adopting their cousin's son, they renamed him Damodar Rao because their son's name initially was Damodar Rao. Unfortunately, again after some time, Maharaja Gangadhar Rao passed away. And when Maharaja Gangadhar Rao passed away, what was doctrine of lapse policy? Adopted child won't be considered as a legal male heir. Correct? And here Damodar Rao ji, he was an adopted son. And now it is believed that Rani Lakshmi Bai, she was being ordered to vacate the fort of Jhansi. And in the words of Rani Lakshmi Bai, she said that, "Main apni Jhansi nahi dungi. I won't surrender my Jhansi to you." And obviously, the war was inevitable. The battle was fought initially. And to an extent, when Lakshmi Bai ji, when she started facing reverses, she moved towards the region of Kalpi. And Kalpi, it is located in Jalon, Uttar Pradesh. Here she met Tatya Tope. Okay? So, she moved on from the region of Jhansi. From Jhansi, she moved to the region of Kalpi, which is located in Jalon, UP. Here she met Tatya Tope. And along with Tatya Tope, both of them moved towards the region of Gwalior. From Gwalior, they moved to the region of a place called as Kota Ki Sarai, which is on the, like it's between Jhansi and specifically which place? Gwalior. So the route is like she moved from the region of Jhansi to Kalpi, from Kalpi to Gwalior, and from Gwalior she came to Kota ki Sarai. So this place Kota ki Sarai, it is located between Gwalior and Jhansi. Okay. Britishers were waiting for Rani Lakshmi Bai at a place called as Kota ki Sarai. The very first question arises in the mind of every aspirant. How did Captain Hughes Rose come to know about this? That she, along with Tatya Tope, are moving towards the region of Kota ki Sarai. But she fought bravely, and specifically, she, apart from fighting bravely, she showed valiant courage. She was being shot, and finally it is believed that it is specifically, as I've talked about, the poems in the line of what we say Bundelkhandi region. बुंदेले हर बोलो की मुंह सुनी हमने कहानी थी, खूब लड़ी वो मर्दानी, वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. So this is why this was a contribution of Rani Lakshmi Bai ji from the region of Jhansi, located in Bundelkhand region of UP. Hope the point is clear, my friends. Your question is, Stuti, why Rani Lakshmi gave the crown to their relatives, then lapse of doctrine not apply? Doctrine of lapse did not apply. See, listen, I have explained the entire funda. Okay, what did the doctrine of lapse say? Specifically, the ruler who has died or passed away. What will happen in that case? The ruler's kingdom would be annexed by the Britishers. Yes, the adopted child can only get the personal property of the ruler. So here, as we have discussed, initially her own son Damodar Rao had passed away, and they had adopted their cousin's son, and he was renamed as Damodar Rao. Okay, so what does a simple thing say? Damodar Rao was an adopted son. So it became a part of doctrine of lapse. Hope so, Stuti ji, I am clear? Okay, very good. Joya ji, then Sunita ji, Piu Singh ji, very good, very good. Okay, if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask. Hope so the point is clear. Okay, let's move ahead. See, this is the poem that I was narrating. Bundele har bolo ki muh sune humne kahani thi. Okay, and what did Captain Hughes Rose say? Captain Hughes Rose has commented, remarkable for her beauty, cleverness and perseverance, she had been the most dangerous of all the rebel leaders, the best and the bravest of all. Okay, now let's move ahead. Let's move a bit faster. Jhalkari Bai. Now, who was Jhalkari Bai? Jhalkari Bai, she was born in a Dalit community, and she was born to Sadoba Singh ji and Jamuna Devi ji, and she was born in a Kori community. Kori community is they are usually involved in weaving activities. And now it is said that Jhalkari Bai was also brave like Rani Lakshmi Bai. And one of the most important thing, Jhalkari Bai almost, she looked like Rani Lakshmi Bai, not completely, almost she looked like Rani Lakshmi Bai. And in such a situation, this could be of advantage towards the army of Rani Lakshmi Bai. They can easily evade the army of the Britishers. How? Now what happened? If you have seen specifically the pic of Rani Lakshmi Bai ji, you'll observe that she has a child at her back. Similarly, Jhalkari Bai, she also kept a child at her back. It was a dummy kind of. Okay. And both of them went to the battlefield. As a part of unit of what we say Jhansi's army, one unit was created, and that unit was referred as Durga Dal. And Jhalkari Bai, she was one of the leaders of Durga Dal. And it is said that, as I've talked about this, when initially the forces of Jhansi started facing reverses, what did Rani Lakshmi Bai do? Rani Lakshmi Bai started moving towards the region of Kalpi, which is located in Jalon. Okay. So at that time, Jhalkari Bai, who was leading Durga Dal, okay, she was on the battlefield. And immediately Captain Hughes Rose and his forces came and caught whom? Jhalkari Bai. Initially, they thought that they had caught Rani Lakshmi Bai, but later on they realized that she is not Rani Lakshmi Bai. She is Jhalkari Bai. Initially, she was being imprisoned. Later on, she was being released. So that was the role of whom? Jhalkari Bai in Revolt of 1857. In fact, Jhalkari Bai's husband, he was also an active participant in Revolt of 1857 from the army of Jhansi. His name was Puran Singh. I repeat, his name was Puran Singh. So that was a contribution of Jhalkari Bai. Okay, moving on next. Kunwar Singh and Amar Singh. Okay, now as soon as the name of these two brothers, Babu Kunwar Singh and Babu Amar Singh comes, they had led the revolt of 1857 from the region of Jagdishpur, located in Bihar. Okay, now it is said that Kunwar Singh ji, he was born to Maharaja Sahibzada and Panchratan Devi. After the death of his father, he became the next Maharaja. And at that time, there was outbreak of revolt of 1857. And he decided to support his people rather than supporting the Britishers. Across many places, you will observe that moneylenders, zamindars, they were loyal towards Britishers, but not at all the places. One of the finest example is Jagdishpur, Bihar. In Jagdishpur, Bihar, Kunwar Singh and Amar Singh supported the cause of the people against the Britishers. Okay, and here it is said that Danapur is a place where the revolt of 1857 from this region began. At Danapur, Kunwar Singh ji and Amar Singh ji, they gathered a crowd and addressed them. Apart from this, when Britishers came to know about this, after Danapur, there is another important place in Bihar which is referred as Ara. They also sensitized masses in the region of Ara. And now they had to cross the river Ganges and move towards the region of Kanpur and meet other rebel leaders. So, Britishers came to know about this, and when he was on a boat, Britishers started chasing him, and they started shooting. It is said that one of the bullet it hit the hand of Babu Kunwar Singh, and he was bleeding profusely. So the bleeding was so intense that he decided that he'll cut one of his hand so that at least he meets the rebel leaders, sensitize them, and after that, even if he dies, there's no problem with that. Historians do believe that he cut one of his hands, he cut one of his arms, and finally he met the rebel leaders, came back to his village, and here he succumbed to death. That was a contribution of Babu Kunwar Singh ji and his brother Amar Singh ji from the region of Jagdishpur, located in Bihar. In fact, specifically to connect North Bihar and South Bihar, a bridge has been made. And the bridge is named as Veer Kunwar Singh Setu. I repeat, Veer Kunwar Singh Setu. And in fact, in the poems of Shubhadra Kumari Chauhan ji, Kunwar Singh ji and Amar Singh ji finds mention. So, Bahadur Shah Zafar, General Bakht Khan from Delhi, Rani Lakshmi Bai from the region of Jhansi, Kunwar Singh ji and Amar Singh ji from the region of Jagdishpur, Bihar. Then Jhalkari Bai, who was supporting or who was leading one of the units of the army, Durga Dal of Rani Lakshmi Bai from the region of Jhansi again. And now comes Uda Devi. Now, who was Uda Devi? As soon as the name Uda Devi comes, she had led, although to a small extent, the revolt of 1857 from the region of Lucknow. As soon as the name Lucknow comes, and then comes revolt of 1857, the first word or the first thing that strikes our mind is Begum Hazrat Mahal. Okay, now let me also talk about the contribution of Begum Hazrat Mahal. Like it is said that Nawab of Awadh, his name was Wajid Ali Shah. And Wajid Ali Shah, he married to Muhammadi Khanum. And Muhammadi Khanum, she was named as Begum Hazrat Mahal. So Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, he was Nawab of Awadh and she was his wife. So what happened? We have studied about doctrine of lapse. But what happened as a part of pro-imperialistic approach? In fact, Britishers also annexed the region of Awadh. On what pretext? Awadh is not able to manage the administration properly. On the pretext of misrule and maladministration, we are conquering the region of Awadh. And in fact, the ruler of Awadh, Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, he had a legal male heir, British Qadir. So this simply highlights the pro-imperialistic approach of the Britishers. Okay. So specifically, what happened here? They had annexed whom? They had annexed the region of Awadh. And Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, he had exiled to the region of Calcutta. But Begum Hazrat Mahal, she said that I am not going to give or surrender Lucknow. She, along with her son, British Qadir. And she was also being supported by Nana Sahib Peshwa. And that was what was her contribution. Later on, they moved towards the region of Nepal. But what about Uda Devi? Uda Devi, she belonged to Pasi community. And it is said that when at a place called as Sikandar Bagh in Lucknow, when the Britishers were moving ahead to capture that place, to suppress the mutineers, like there was a lady, she was hiding within the trees. Okay, at a place called as Sikandar Bagh, there are many trees. And there was a lady, she was hiding in the trees. And the British forces are moving ahead. After some time, British forces realized that the soldiers in the backward direction are getting killed or injured. And in fact, somebody is shooting an arrow in the downward trajectory. So specifically, Britishers thought that somebody might be hiding in these trees. There might be a hidden sniper in these trees. So the officer, he said that start shooting in the trees. And at that time, the British soldiers, they started shooting in the trees and a dead body fell. It was the body of Uda Devi ji. So although to a small extent, but this was a contribution of Uda Devi ji from the region of Lucknow. Okay? Yes. So, yes, perfect, Sunita ji. Subhadra Kumari Chauhan's poem also depicts whom? Kunwar Singh and Amar Singh along with Rani Lakshmi Bai. But major emphasis is on whom? Rani Lakshmi Bai. Is it clear, Sunita ji? Okay. So, this was about Uda Devi. Now, let's understand about the contribution of few of them and you need to note them down. Like I'll give you a very small example. Sometimes questions can crop up in the examination in the form of match the following. Who led the revolt of 1857 from which place? Okay. Now, have you heard about Diwan Maniram Dutt Baruha ji? Diwan Maniram Dutt Baruha ji, he has led the revolt of 1857 from the region of Assam. Okay. Now, I'll give you a very small example about this. Assam. It is known for cultivation of tea. I'll tell you one thing. Thomas Manuel, he had paraphrased one thing. And what he has written? British got tea, China got opium, and India got colonialism. Like Britishers were very fond of consuming tea and China of opium. Initially, opium was a part, it was used as a medicinal part or it was used for medicinal purposes. But later on, it became an addictive drug. And when it became an addictive drug, what happened? China, they started importing opium from the region of India. And Britishers started importing tea from China. After some time, one of the British officers referred as Charles Bruce. He realized that we can cultivate tea in India as well. Why are we dependent on China for cultivation of tea or import of tea? So, it is said that there was a person named as Diwan Maniram Dutt ji. Initially, his family used to live in the region of Kannauj, UP, and they had migrated to the region of Assam. And he was working as a tehsildar. Now, after retirement, he had a plan that he is going to start his own tea estate. When Charles Bruce came to know about this, Charles Bruce, he started a tea board. And initially, Britishers did not have any knowledge of how to what we say, make tea. So they completely utilized the knowledge of whom? Diwan Maniram Datta ji. Because Diwan Maniram Datta ji, he was in close contact with the local tribes, specifically the Singapore tribe of Assam, who were involved in the cultivation of tea. Revolt of 1857, it, what we say, engulfed the major part of northern India. And at this point of time, specifically Diwan Maniram Datta ji, like he asked the Britishers that I want to start my own personal cultivation of tea. Britishers denied. And he actively participated in the revolt of 1857. Okay. So as a part of this, it is said that Diwan Maniram Datta Baruha ji and his brother Pyali Baruha, they played a very active role in revolt of 1857 from the region of Assam. And they were hanged at a place called as Jorhat jail in Assam. There are many of the facts, my friends, which are hidden in the books of history. Many facts. If we read about the peasant movements, correct? For example, we read about Indigo agitation of Bengal, Bardoli Satyagraha, Kheda Satyagraha, Pabna unrest, Champaran Satyagraha. Have you heard about one of the movements that took place in the region of Assam? Pulaguri Dhawa? Yes. Have you heard about this Pulaguri Dhawa which took place in 1861? If you read this properly and if you read this conceptually, you will come to know this is nothing but the first non-cooperation conducted by the peasants in the region of Assam. Pulaguri uprising, which is also referred as. Okay, so you'll come to know about the actual history there. So specifically, Diwan Maniram Dutt, he led the revolt from the region of Assam. Liaquat Ali, he led the revolt of 1857 from the region of Allahabad and Banaras. Then Avanti Bai, she led the revolt of 1857 from the region of Dindori, Madhya Pradesh. Muhammad Ali Beg, he led the revolt of 1857 from the region of Neemach, which is an extension of Malwa. Malwa is western part of Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Then comes Surendra Sai. Surendra Sai, he led the revolt of 1857 from the region of Odisha. You can note them down. All these have been asked. I'm not saying they have been asked in UPSC examination. They also have been asked in the state PSC examination. And sometimes UPSC might have a tendency to, take certain questions from state PSCs as well. Correct? So it is always said, hope for the best and prepare for the worst. So, from the region of Odisha, Surendra Sai, Rao Tularamji from the region of Haryana, Devi Singh from the region of Mathura. Okay? Gangadin Mehtar, he was a wrestler and he led the revolt of 1857 from the region of which place? From the region of Kanpur. He is also referred as Gangu Baba. Gangadin Mehtar. Okay? Gajdhar Singh from the region of Gorakhpur, Raja Pratap Singh from the region of Kullu, Himachal Pradesh, Maulvi Ahmadullah Shah from the region of Faizabad, presently which is referred as Ayodhya. Okay? Yes, perfect. Leo Mahesh ji. Reading about the people who were defeated, unfortunately. Yes. If you read about one more thing, yesterday I had made a short video on Anglo-Manipur War. Read about the contributions of the region of Manipur as well in the India's freedom struggle. Also go through the video and you will come to know about Maharaja Kulchandra ji. You will also understand about the contribution of Pauna Brajbhashi, one of the major leaders from the region of Manipur. Tikender Jeet Singh ji, another important leader from the region of Manipur, as a part of Anglo-Manipur War 1891. Okay, and in fact in the region of Manipur, 13th August is celebrated as Patriots Day. Okay, I've made a short video on that as well yesterday. So these are the leaders across different places in India. Hope you understood the basic part of the leaders. Who led the revolt from which place? Did you understand that? Yes. Any kind of a question, query, doubt, please feel free to ask. Okay. Now, before I turn on to what were the reasons for failure of revolt of 1857, let me ask you guys, what might be the probable reasons for failure of revolt of 1857? Yes. Take a guess. Probable reasons for failure of revolt of 1857. Take a guess. Okay. Singh ji, thank you. Just take a wild guess. Please keep the session interactive, guys. Yes. Now let me tell you about the reasons for failure of revolt of 1857. Yes, Sunita. The class is important, so please have a pen and paper along with you so that you can note down the important points. Okay. Yes, Leo Mahesh ji, one of the right guess, lack of leadership. Yes. Sunita ji, lack of leadership. Okay. Zoya ji, you say lack of advanced weapons leadership. Correct. Singh ji, no proper leadership. Correct. Less mass participation. True. Very good. Stuti, inequality. Inequality in what terms? Yes. See, now I'll tell you one thing. Peasants, zamindar, prince, all of them are fighting against English East India Company. Now, before I talk about this, I forgot to talk about Maina Devi. Okay. And who was Maina Devi? Let me talk about that as well. And what was the contribution of Maina Devi? Have you heard about a 13-year-old girl, Maina Devi? Okay. Let me talk about that as well. It just skipped my mind and just now I recollected about that. Nana Sahib Peshwa, he had led the revolt of 1857 from the region of Kanpur. Tatya Tope had led the revolt of 1857 from the region of Gwalior. And in fact, he was hanged at a place called as Shivpuri jail in, Madhya Pradesh. Now, Nana Sahib Peshwa had an adopted daughter whose name was Maina Devi ji. And Maina Devi, it is believed that about Maina Devi, that she was 13 years of age and she was very well versed in major languages. She knew Hindi, she knew Marathi, to an extent Sanskrit, and she was very well versed in English. Okay. And at that time, there was a British commander whose name was, specifically the British commander whose name was Hay, and another was General Outram. So Hay had a daughter named as Mary. And Maina Devi, she was a very good friend of Mary. Okay. Revolt of 1857 spread like a wildfire. And at that time, Nana Sahib Peshwa, he had reached Bithur. He wanted to safeguard the palace. He wanted to protect the people. At that time, he was very worried about his daughter, Maina Devi. And Nana Sahib Peshwa, later on, he moved to the region of Nepal. And Maina Devi, she did not move to the region of Nepal. In fact, she stayed in the region of Kanpur, Bithur. Okay. And when she stayed in the region of Kanpur, Bithur, she insisted her father, Nana Sahib Peshwa, that it is my responsibility to protect my people. And Maina Devi, she was a very good friend of Mary. And her father, Hay, he was suppressing the revolt of 1857 in the region of which place? Kanpur. At that time, British started firing cannons on the palace of Bithur. And in a very polite manner, she insisted the Britishers that why are you massacring this region? Okay, at least show some mercy on the people. At that point of time, she knew one thing, that she is not going to, like Britishers are not going to listen to her. So she knew the secret doors in the palaces and somehow she moved away from that region. Later on, General Outram specifically asked or ordered immediately find her. She was caught and she was being imprisoned. Initially, she was being asked about the whereabouts of Nana Sahib Peshwa, to which she knew that he has moved towards the region of Nepal. But she did not say in front of General Outram and Hay. What happened? General Outram, he had conducted one of the worst act of brutality at that time. A small girl of 13 years of age, she was hanged to a tree and she was burnt alive in front of everyone to create deterrence in the mind of people. In the past session, we had seen about one such incident called as Bawan Imli episode, wherein Thakur Jodha Singh Ataiya, along with 51 other revolutionaries, were hanged to a tamarind tree for the next 37 days, so that a deterrence would be created in the mind of others and nobody will dare to revolt in such a manner. Correct? So this was the contribution of Maina Devi ji, which is again hidden in the books of history. Now coming back here. Causes for revolt of 1857. Now, peasants, they were revolting against the Britishers. Zamindars to an extent were revolting against the Britishers. Moneylenders were revolting against the Britishers. Princes were revolting against the Britishers. Everyone was revolting against the Britishers. So everyone had a common enemy, Britishers. But the most important thing, they were not fighting for a common cause. So although the enemy was common, but everyone was fighting for their own personal cause. Okay? Apart from this, what happened? Like specifically speaking, there were certain people who also supported the Britishers, such as Sindhyas in the region of Gwalior. They supported the Britishers. Why did they support Britishers? Because there was internal squabble going on between the Sindhya family for the throne. And Britishers had supported the rulers in that case. Hence, they supported them. Nizam of Hyderabad supported Britishers. Why? If you remember, subsidiary alliance system that was initiated by Lord Wellesley way back in 1798. Okay. At that point of time, specifically what had happened? At that time, Nizam of Hyderabad had signed subsidiary alliance system with Lord Wellesley. So Nizam of Hyderabad supported Britishers. Nawab of Bhopal supported Britishers. The Sikh rulers of Nabha and Jind supported Britishers. Why? Because the Sikh rulers, they were opposed to Mughals. And here Bahadur Shah Zafar, he was what? He was declared as the face or representative of revolt of 1857. Hence, they supported Britishers in that. Most important thing, the educated middle class intelligentsia stayed away from the revolt. Correct? In fact, the fate of revolt of 1857 could have been different if the socio-religious reformers could have participated in the revolt. Socio-religious reformers have played a very major role in sensitizing the masses against the social evils. And apart from social evils, they have also exposed the exploitative character of the British rule in India. So if the socio-religious reformers, the educated class of India could have participated in the revolt of 1857, the fate of the movement could have been different. Okay? Majorly, 80 to 90% the revolt was concentrated in the northern part of India. Southern, western, eastern part of India majorly remained aloof from the movement. Okay? There was no proper planning. There was no proper coordination. Although Bahadur Shah Zafar was declared as a leader, but there was no centralized leadership. The movement was moving in all the directions. Correct? Apart from this, specifically speaking, like Britishers were fighting with sophisticated arms and ammunition. Only sepoys had sophisticated arms and ammunition. What about the others? They were fighting with local weapons. So all these became the causes for failure of revolt of 1857. But revolt of 1857, it sensitized the masses throughout the country. It created a patriotic zeal among the people of India. It created a nationalist zeal among the people of India. And after that, it led to the formation of Indian National Congress on 28th December 1885. Okay? So this was majorly about the revolt of 1857 and its leaders. In the coming session, I would be speaking on the famine commissions, and after famine commissions, we will throw light on formation of Indian National Congress. What is safety valve theory? Why a retired British civil servant, Alan Octavian Hume, supported the formation of Indian National Congress? Was it a kind of a strategy of Britishers? So we'll throw light on all these aspects in the coming sessions. Hope the point is clear, my friends. Okay? You can download the PDF, as I've told you, from the Telegram channel history_Alok Ojha. I repeat the Telegram channel name, history_Alok Ojha. Okay? So guys, target year 2027. StudyIQ IAS English has come up with GSP2I December batch, Prelims to interview. Okay? And specifically, the batches are available in bilingual mode, Hindi plus English. Secondly, it is available in Hindi, a separate batch. And the most important one, batches are completely available in English language. And this will cater to the needs of the aspirants precisely from southern part of India and northeastern India. Okay, so batches are available in English language and the prices are starting at affordable price of 12,999, which is quite affordable in comparison to the hefty prices or hefty fees of coaching classes in Delhi. So use the code Alok Live that is flashing on your screen to get the benefits of these batches. I repeat the code Alok Live. Okay. If you have any kind of a query or a doubt, you can fill the form and the link of the form is given in the description and the comment section. Okay. So very soon we'll be coming up with the new videos. So please keep on revising the concept. Any doubt, please feel free to ask. Okay, my friends. Thank you, Joya. Thank you, Sunita ji. So with this, I'll stop my words. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, everyone.